Meghan Markle has secured a new podcast deal less than a year after she and Prince Harry ended their partnership with Spotify. The Duchess of Sussex is set to release a new podcast with Lemonade Media. The company will also stream Archetypes, the podcast that Markle released in 2022 on Spotify. The company will oversee sales and distribution for Archetypes, a podcast featuring conversations with notable women like Mariah Carey and Issa Rae. Lemonade has not disclosed additional details about Markle's podcast, except that she will serve as the host. I am joining the brilliant team at Lemonade to continue my love of podcasting. Being able to support a female-founded company with a roster of thought-provoking and highly entertaining podcasts is a fantastic way to kick off 2024, said Markle in a statement. The Duchess of Sussex also shared that her podcast will involve a new dynamic, and she is so eager to release it. Spotify executive Bill Simmons slammed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle after their partnership with the streaming service ended. The partnership, which was set to include numerous programs, ended after just one series of the Archetypes podcast aired. I wish I had been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The effing grifters. I have to get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom call I had with Harry to try and help him with a podcast idea. It's one of my best stories. F them, said Simmons. The couple's media company, Archwell Audio and Spotify, put out a statement announcing that they had mutually agreed to part ways. This news came just 2 weeks after Spotify said it had cut 200 jobs within its podcast unit in a strategic realignment. Simmons said he was so embarrassed to share Spotify with Prince Harry in an episode of his podcast, which aired in January 2023. What does he do? What's your talent? Why are we listening to you? So you were born in a royal family, and then you left. You sell documentaries and podcasts, and nobody cares what you have to say unless you talk about the royal family, and you just complain about them, he said. Forbes reported that Spotify acquired Simmons' sports and culture site, The Ringer, for over $200 million in 2020. Despite Simmons' criticisms, Markle's podcast took the #1 spot from the Joe Rogan Experience on Spotify's podcast chart. Markle's podcast Archetypes ranked as the most popular podcast in the US, Canada, the UK, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand after it aired. In the first episode, Markle spoke with Serena Williams about the double standard women face when they're called ambitious. The podcast was produced by Markle and Prince Harry's Archwell Audio, as well as Spotify's Gimlet Media. Despite the success of the initial podcast, Taylor Swift turned down the opportunity to appear as a guest on the show. Instead, Swift had a representative decline on her behalf, indicating she's not particularly close with the Duchess of Sussex. Do you think Markle's new podcast venture will be a success? Will you be tuning in? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to subscribe by clicking on the channel icon. For more entertainment content, check out some of our other videos.